Hey everyone, it is Thursday, March 13th, in week 3, actually now concluding week 3 and getting ready to start week 4 of my healing journey. This week has been a good week. I've had great visits with my home health nurse this week. She's been coming once or twice a week to check in on my vitals and monitoring my lung function. My lung function actually was very diminished after surgery, but each week it's been gradually improving. She's been reminding me to take deep breaths, cough, that coughing is a good thing, do my breathing exercises with my spirometer to prevent pneumonia, especially given my higher risk due to prior complications. So being a good patient, and I'm following directions. This week, my strength and mobility have been steadily increasing as well. I've been able to walk short distances, mostly around my building, usually down the hall from my apartment and back. Another milestone, I was able to take 2 flights of stairs this week before needing to rest. And then I was able to cycle on a stationary bike for about 13-ish minutes at the gym in my building. And it was a good way to start kicking off physical therapy a little bit at a time. My surgeon wants to wait at least 4 weeks post-op to actually start physical therapy. So I think I'm getting close to that benchmark. Some other good news. Yesterday, my last drain was removed. I am untethered and free. At my doctor's office, my surgeon's office, they just took out the last drain, so I am drain free. No more tubes coming out of me. Thank God I'm free. And my cousin Donna's here supporting me, moral support. Hey Donna.
Through it all.
That's it. And now they're gonna do the first fill of my tissue expanders. Again, those are the placeholders they put in during the surgery until I'm ready for the full reconstruction. So here we go. I'm hoping to, as I'm looking at my physical therapy, start to work on the treadmill with some increasing periods of time as I progress through my healing and become less of a fall risk. My surgical team, during my follow-up visit yesterday, they also noted some mild swelling on my left side, which I had noticed earlier this week. But they said it's within normal limits and the incisions look good, they're healing well. So no real concerns there, which is great. My plastic surgeon actually began filling my tissue expanders with, this week, I think it was, since it was the first fill, it was 50 cc's of saline. And then weekly, they'll fill it with anywhere from 50 cc's to 100 cc's of saline. The max capacity is about 400 cc's of saline. And for those who aren't familiar with tissue expanders, they're basically temporary placeholders, surgical implants in the mastectomy sites, and they serve 2 purposes. The first is to kind of maintain the natural shape after the mastectomy, and then the second part is to fill the space that was created in my chest wall after the mastectomy, and this is to prevent fluid backup and buildup, which can cause infection and complications. And so it's holding that place until I can do my permanent autologous deep flap reconstruction, where they transplant some of my tummy tissue to my mastectomy sites. That's probably been delayed for a lot longer than I was hoping. It's looking more like several months to possibly this time next year because of the need for chemotherapy and radiation. Let's see, the timeline, like I said, I think with chemotherapy, I'm going to meet with my oncologist tomorrow. She'll give me more specifics, but the timeline for chemotherapy is usually several weeks to several months. And then the radiation is usually similar, several weeks up to a couple of months, not usually as long as chemotherapy, but I do have to wait 6 to 8 months after the end of radiation before I can, go forward with the reconstruction, because the skin has to heal. As I mentioned, I'm following up with my oncologist tomorrow. She'll be going over my treatment plan and the different types of chemotherapies available. They have referred me for additional testing. given the lymph node involvement, she wants to check my brain, so I'll be getting a CAT scan. She also wants to check my bones, so I'll be getting a PET scan. And also my liver function came back after surgery as the liver enzymes were all over the map and not, they were abnormal and areas of concern. So my oncologist plans to follow up on that as well. Oftentimes, if there is metastases with cancer, their biggest concerns are spread to the brain, liver, bones, ovaries, and a few other places. However, I am in good hands. I'm really fortunate and blessed to have a world-class medical team in one of the best healthcare systems in the country. The hospital I'm working at actually serves as a teaching hospital. This is Oreo, one of my emotional support cats. He likes the camera. So my surgeon actually is an instructor and a professor for Harvard Medical School, and several of his residents are in his class. So on my surgery day, they actually showed up in all of their Harvard branded medical attire, and they knew their stuff. They were reassuring me that I was in good hands. And I've seen it over the course of the last few months. They've been several steps ahead of this cancer. Even with the diagnosis and being able to detect the cancer when the particular type I have, invasive lobular carcinoma, is hard to detect on mammograms, and they were able to find it on a mammogram and able to do an MRI and biopsy and catch it as early as they possibly could. And then also post-surgery, they were able to catch the blood clots and bleeding issues. And of course I had to have a second surgery, but it was very good that they were able to catch it and get on top of it early before I even was discharged from the hospital. And then also, checking on me after the ER visit and staying ahead of any potential infection that was trying to develop. So I'm really grateful for my medical team. I'm also really grateful for my village. I've had, a lot of people wrapping their arms of love around me from a distance while I'm healing, covering me in prayer, providing meals and gifts, lots of support. And I'm really grateful beyond words. Also have to give a huge shout out to my father, being able to reunite with my father, who came from several states away to spend surgery week with me. He came a few days before surgery and stayed with me during the surgery and afterwards, taking great care of me and his grandkids, and just showing lots of love. And then this month actually, my cousin Donna is here from South Carolina, and she's also sacrificed time out of her busy schedule to spend the month with me, and she's been just taking really good care of me, fixing breakfast, helping me to see the kids off to school in the mornings so that I could rest and sleep in and heal. And I'm just eternally grateful. And so as I've been healing, my strength and dexterity are increasing. Been able to actually send off a few thank you cards digitally. Hopeful to get back to the keys in a little bit. You can see it got enough arm and upper body mobility to be able to reach the keys. So I'm excited about trying that out soon. So you'll be hearing some more from Aisha's Melodies coming up. Hopefully some new stuff coming out. All in all, I have to say that I am # grateful, thankful, and blessed. Also wanted to give a huge shout out to, my church's pastoral care team, Pastor Rosie in the Western Avenue Church, for showing their love and just coordinating meals and making sure my family's fed and taken care of. And also for the prayer, organizing the Zoom prayer the night before my surgery. A huge shout out to my parents, who are also my pastors at my home church in Mount Sinai Evangelistic Church of Jesus Christ on James Island. And also from all my family members, my cousins and aunts and siblings, and everyone who showed up on that prayer Zoom call. And each prayer just touched my heart and resonated with me. My cousin Dee Dee's prayer, the Serenity Prayer, has really become my mantra over the past few weeks during my recovery. And, that prayer is just very powerful. And, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between them. And so now I embrace my journey as my new reality for God's glory. There's no shame, no blame. I choose to see what God is doing for me rather than to me. I choose to see this experience as a blessing and not a curse. And already this diagnosis is doing, there's blessings in this storm. I see where it's bringing my family closer together. It's strengthening my walk with God more intimately, and then also bringing others to Christ. And through this, I believe God is demonstrating to me his identity as Jehovah Rapha, the Lord my healer. And I believe this to be a very powerful testimony in the making of God's, transformational power in my life. And there's nothing so special that about me that God can't do it for you or anyone else who may be going through something similar. So I'm learning to slow down, to not rush the process, and to trust God all of the way.